First of all, we're gonna take all the plastic apart. Here's the cabin filter, and this is the engine cover. In order to do that, we'll take this piece out with a screwdriver. Then we'll take those guys out to free the wire, so let it hang. After that, what we're gonna do is take this piece out. You see there is a plastic connector, I would say, like one side, and on the other side is exactly the same one. Also, there is a rubber piece holding it right there, so just slide it out, and there you go. That's that will reveal us one of the main bolts for this whole thing. It's right here, 8mm, and this bolt will be different from the other ones. If you check the thread, and I'll just take you the other one so you don't mix them. So this is the one that holding the cabin filter. So if you compare those two bolts, you can see they're clearly different, absolutely different. So this one goes in here, and you will have the same one on the other side. And now we're gonna take other bolts. It's well, technically I would say 4 bolts on each side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and the same on the other side. Also disconnect this connector right here. Take those guys out, and there you go, slide it aside. Also, there is one more rubber piece that holding this thing together. Just slide it out, and this wire as well. It's not the wire, it's for the washer fluid. And then we're moving to the other side, same as over there. Just pop it off, rubber off, put it right there. Same 8mm, and another 3 bolts. And then you can move the cabin filter out of the way. Here's the cabin filter. If you need to replace that, those are tabs. Just take them off, and that's pretty much it. Now here's another rubber piece that holding this whole thing in place. So you just slide it out and put it down. And now we're ready to remove this whole thing. So what are we gonna do is lift it a little bit up, take the wire out, and there you go. The next thing would be the engine cover. That what makes engine bay looks pretty. We have 4 bolts in here. Those are 5mm Allen. You can use Torx 30. That's what I usually use. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Usually missing. That's the way it is. That's the way it always happens. And now we can just lift it up and slide it out. Next thing we're gonna do is install this engine cover. I'll take the bolts off. It's easier this way, and put the cover right there. Make sure the holes are aligned. Right here. Once again, we're missing 1 bolt, so the bottom corner doesn't have a bolt. But it doesn't really matter anyways. Most of the cars we service, we see they only have these 2 bolts, so you can just take it off without removing the other part. And the next one would be This one would be the hardest one to install back. The way you want to do it, you want to keep this open and put your hand in there. And now we're gonna put this at the angle, just like that. Slide it on, like there's a little pieces in there that go under this weather seal. So we put it like that, then put the wire back in here, lock it, and now individually on every side we can just lift it a little bit and push it forward, and then this rubber piece slides back in. Don't forget about your wires. I'll show you again on the other side. Oh well, actually it's seated on its own properly, but you need to push it a little bit forward and the rubber goes back in place. Now we're installing this whole thing is held by this two 8mm with this thread. Not this one, this. You see the difference, right? So this goes right here, and exactly the same bolt goes right there on the other side. 8mm. This bolt right there. After all this in place, we can put this thing back on. There's those little things, and this is where it slides in, so just align them. It should be 3 of them. We have only 2. The other one is broken for some reason, and just push it forward. That's all. Then after that we have our cabin filter housing and the cabin filter itself. So let's just put it in there. And those are different kind of 8mm. Next thing we'll do, just connect back this wiring, put it back in place, and on this side we can use this cover. First of all, this is the way it goes. You pull the rubber piece out like that, and then you slide it in. Also, there is a spot for this water cable or water hose. And now make sure nothing is on the way. You just push it down and it sits in place. Exactly the same process on the other side. It's just a little bit simpler. There is no water hose in there, so you just slide the rubber piece first, just like that. And there you go. Now install the rest of the 8mm bolts that hold the air cabin filter housing. And you're good to go. The car is reassembled. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful. See you next time.